Okay, we'll open the meeting now. 7:10, 7:13. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provision of the Act, the Kinnelon Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published in the Suburban Trends on March 13, 2022, posted in the Kinnelon Public Library, filed with the Borough Clerk, and posted on the district website. I just want to make sure, ladies, are we recording? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Ms. Keene, will you call the board?
Mr. Giganti?
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman?
Yes.
Mr. Selly?
Here.
Ms. Jonas? Mrs. Carroll?
Yes.
Here. Okay, will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will change the order of the agenda as originally posted. I will need to have a motion to move new business to part 4. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Okay, so we will move new business to move up in the agenda. We had 6 applicants for the board vacancy for the Kinnelon Board of Ed, and they were very highly qualified applicants. We'll read their names. We had Mr. Michael Kaplan, Mr. Jonathan Eisenmenger, Mr. Stephen Luck, Ms. Dana Reagan, Mr. Thomas Manning, and Dr. Peter Hughes. I really appreciate their applications. They really did an excellent job on their interviews. I would like to invite each of them to come up and just talk a little bit about themselves if they care to. For further notice, we are going to have to postpone the voting on this due to the number of applicants we had and the quality of them, because we weren't able to really fully discuss that before the meeting. So we will have a special meeting to vote on who's going to fill the vacancy. There was just such a high level of from the applicants that we need further discussion. So we'll hold a special meeting to actually conduct that voting. However, I would like to have each one come up and just give a brief synopsis of why they ran and some of their qualifications if they would like to. Mr. Kaplan? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mike Kaplan, and I'm an active resident of Kinnelon. My wife Pamela and I have 2 children in the Kinnelon schools, and over the last 6 years, I've witnessed many successes. I've applied for the vacant position because I've served the last 23 years as a highly regarded educator. In addition, I'm a successful local realtor who has been helping families buy and sell properties since 2007. I feel that my unique background can be advantageous to the Board of Education. Not only do I understand education and desire even stronger public schools, but I also desire to strengthen Kinnelon's real estate value and know there's a direct correlation between the two. I have experience in negotiating the health insurance and contracts of educators, as well as millions of dollars worth of real estate. I will be considered an asset to the board. I hope that my background, as well as my fiscally prudent nature, can help shape the Kinnelon schools into an even better place for our students to learn, if even for a short amount of time. Thanks for your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Kaplan. Ms. Reagan?
Hello, my name is Dana Reagan, and I've lived in Kinnelon for almost 7 years, moved here for the schools. I have 2 children. Oh, sorry. I have 2 children in high school. The reason I'm applying for the board is I feel at this point in my life I don't have to focus on my own children, and I can focus on the children in the community. I moved here for the education, and I want to make sure that future people who move here have the same opportunity as my children have. My background is not in education, but is in business, communication, and marketing. So I bring to the board the opportunity to use my skills in negotiations, moderation, and communication, and to bring and get parents more involved with both the schools and the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bowman. Mr. Manning?
Hello, my name is Tom Manning. I've only been in town for 4.5 years now, but I love the town. I met my wife. I'm here to stay. I bring to the board over 35 years of business and military experience running billion-dollar companies, and I hope to bring transparency from the board to the community and back, so that we can make sure we're spending our monies wisely and that the students are getting what they deserve to help them deal with life in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Manning. Dr. Hussain?
Hello, Kinnelon community. Dr. Peter Hughes here. I've been on the board for the past 3 years, and I want to serve again because it's just something that I want to give back towards. I believe in really focusing on kids' futures and ensuring that every kid is successful. So I look forward to potentially serving again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hughes. I would also like to state that throughout the interview process, one thing that I really found talking to all of these candidates was how dedicated they were to Kinnelon and how proud they were and really enjoyed being a part of the community. And I know for me it was a really uplifting experience. So I really, again, thank you all for coming and taking the time to speak with the board. Oh, Mr. Luck's here. Oh, sorry.
Hi, my name is Stephen Luck, and I have an interest in the board. I've been in the area all my life. I went to Jefferson Schools, West Milford, Vernon Township, I graduated. But I've always heard about Kinnelon, and I've been in the area and always had an interest in Kinnelon. The past 6 years, I lived in Butler with my children, but my daughter became of kindergarten age, and I chose to move to Kinnelon specifically for the schools. So we made that move 1.5 years ago, and she's in kindergarten here now, and my son Jake was with me. He's 3 to be going to school. My background is kind of diverse. I have an engineering degree, I have a project management degree, but I'm in the pharmaceutical industry for 20-something years as a manager in quality assurance. I realize that things change and we have to go with change in today's environment. It's fast-paced, internet era, and it's just a fast-paced world. So I'm very versatile, and that's one of those strengths that I would bring.
Thanks, Mr. Luck. I know Jonathan Eisenmenger couldn't be here, so he will not be able to speak. Do any of the other board members want to comment on the interviews? Have they have any comments, Mike?
No, I'll just echo what you said. Thank you all for coming out and for putting your hats in the ring. It is a difficult position, so we appreciate you being willing to step up.
Yeah, sorry, Jane, I just want to say something too. Just so it's clear, the seat that's going to be open will only be served until January 1st, our reorganizational meeting. So the next board election will be actually for 4 people. 3 people will serve 3 terms, 1 person will serve 1-year term. So there's 4 open positions for all these people out here.
That's a good point. So if you aren't selected, there will be three spots for 3 years this election and 1 spot for 1 year to finish out the term if Karen's appeal is not, successful and she remains off the board. So that would be at the November election. Okay, on to the rest of the agenda items. Routine matters. We have approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Keen, will you call the board?
Mr. Petroselli?
Yes.
Mrs. Fishback?
Yes.
Mr. Giganti?
Yes.
Mrs. Berman?
Yes.
And Mrs. Donaldson?
Yes. Superintendent's update. Superintendent's update.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. So starting with some good news, we're celebrating our students, and we just finished a couple of competitions across the state. We were entered into local competitions. Our robotics teams made it into the state tournament, and we had some students do really well. Matt Moriello, Nick Reimars, Adam Schneider, and Liam Kurt took 8th place for their team. Pratik Patel and Dylan Charles took 16th place in the state, and Brandon McKeon, Pat Lazarus, and Megan Pinsky got honorable mention. We also went to the state competition with DECA, which is our Distributive Education Clubs of America, our marketing and business club. We had Siddhartha Jaggi, Brian Lane, Chloe Finstrom, Annika Vasquez, Sophie Garg, Sophie Kemp, and Cole Pryor all participated in Atlantic City. And Brian and Siddhartha are going to Atlanta, to the Nationals. So congratulations to those two groups of kids. Additionally, at the January board meeting, I reported that our academic decathlon team placed 10th. Placed 3rd in the region, the small schools region, and was also advanced to the New Jersey State competition, and that's where our team placed 10th. So again, Sullivan Denblecker, Blake Kessler, Juan Perez, Ty Ludia, Dylan Phillips, Shay Parada, Jackson Bassett, Matthew Hassler, and Michael Vasquez. The alternative team that also competed with Talina Abdullah, James Guerri, Cole Pryor, Jake Pryor, Jackson Wood, Marissa Costco, and Matt Schmaltz. So congratulations to them. We also had some good works. We have 9th grader Victoria Lazazera partnering with KPEC, our Kinnelon Parents of Exceptional Children. She ran a used book drive and donated a book nook, or a reading center, to Mrs. Parents' room at Kiel. And so it's just some pictures of her loading her stuff into her car and bringing it to Kiel School and setting it up. And our kids are currently using the book nook. And that was for her Girl Scout Award project. I know probably most of the people in this room got to see The Little Mermaid because I was here Friday night, it was packed Saturday, I was here Thursday night, it was packed, Friday and Saturday also. We always do a great job with our musicals and our dramas. This was exceptional for a lot of reasons. Our students, I don't know whether it's pandemic related or not, but we did not have the same level of outpouring to be in part of the musical that we've had in the past. So this group of kids, and that's, I'm sorry, there's a spelling error. It's Katie Nieto, Aiden Dazzo, Nathan Schurtz, Thomas Espina, Carolyn Nieto, Shay Parada, CJ Bodner, Addie Mittler, Julie Driscoll, Sadie Smith, Marie Levy, Kira Fishbeck, Rebecca Gutzov, Emily Castellano-Smith, and Sophia Gillen. While that's the whole cast, there were many more characters that are listed here, and all of these kids, with the exception of 1 or 2 that were almost in every scene, were multiple characters. So there was costume changes around, and accent changes, and acting changes, and it was outstanding, really outstanding. So congratulations to the Little Mermaid cast, and to Mr. Linnell, who was their director, and to the band, and Mr. Stroud, who did the music. So we had at PRM, we had our National Junior Honor Society induction. We inducted the 2nd annual class into the Kinnelon chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. Those are the 7th and 8th grade students that were inducted It's very similar to the High School National Honor Society. They stand out in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. Mrs. Nasso is the advisor, and we thank her for all the work she's done as well. We had 2 assemblies, Pennies for Puppies, where the CNI came in and talked to our 6th graders, and we had our SOAR program where we focused on Aiden Dowling and his philanthropy and diversity and resilience. K-5 happenings, a lot happening down there too. We had Read Across America, week of activities. We had 2 authors visits, Lizzie Rockwell, who visited Kiel. She's known for her book, The Quilt, and she came in and spoke to the kids and drew and showed pictures of the quilts that she and her mom made, and a really multi-talented artist as well as an author. And then Will Mara, who is, just going to draw a blank right now, the Spinner book series. And he came to Stony Brook and also did some really great reading and talking to the kids. We also had an International Social Emotional Learning Day. Our kindergartners collected boxes of cereals and did a domino effect. So they lined the boxes up like you would line dominoes and had a domino drop down, and just to highlight the domino effect of kindness.